The cinematic universe of our memories always finds a way to reshape itself, weaving the familiar laughter of characters we have grown to love into the deep, unspoken bonds of the people who define our present world. There is an undeniable magic when the vibrant, chaotic, and deeply affectionate energy of a classic Bollywood romance aligns perfectly with the intricate dynamics of Taekook and yoonmin. It is as if the universe is playing a familiar tune, but the lyrics have been rewritten in a language of fleeting glances, shared stages, and quiet understanding that only these four can truly communicate. This chapter of their journey unfolds like a sun-drenched afternoon, filled with the kind of playful bickering that hides a universe of profound devotion, where every smile is a secret code and every step taken together feels like a deliberate choice against the backdrop of an ever-changing world. When you look at the vibrant, almost cinematic connection between Taehyung and Jungkook, it mirrors that classic storybook romance where contrasting worlds collide only to create a perfect harmony. Jungkook carries himself with the quiet intensity of someone who observes everything, a steady anchor in a stormy sea, while Taehyung moves through life like a force of nature, unpredictable, artistic, and deeply expressive. Their bond in this narrative shifts from the easy, effortless camaraderie of youth into something far more nuanced and emotionally charged, echoing the exact tension of two souls who are fiercely protective of each other but bound by the unspoken rules of their shared reality. It is in the way Jungkook's eyes instinctively follow Taehyung across a crowded room, tracking his movements not just out of habit, but out of a deep-seated need to ensure he is safe, grounded, and happy. Taehyung, in return, brings a colorful, uninhibited warmth into Jungkook's meticulously structured world, constantly challenging him to laugh a little louder and feel a little more deeply, mirroring the very essence of a love story that refuses to be constrained by expectations. Simultaneously, the quiet, almost poetic undercurrent of Yoongi and Jimin's relationship provides a striking, emotional counterweight to the high-energy romance unfolding beside them. Their connection has always been built on the foundation of silent understanding, a steady comfort that does not require grand gestures or loud declarations to prove its worth. Jimin, with his soft heart and ethereal grace, has a unique way of softening the sharp edges that Yoongi often presents to the world, breaking through the protective walls that years of fierce independence have built around the older man. Yoongi, who so often speaks through the silence between his musical notes, finds in Jimin a muse and a confidant who understands the weight of his thoughts without him ever having to utter a single word. Their moments together in this journey are filled with a tender, domestic warmth, a stark contrast to the dramatic flair of Taekook, showing that love is just as powerful when it is whispered in the quiet corners of a room as it is when it is celebrated in the middle of a crowded street. As the narrative deepens, the boundaries between the playful, colorful world of the cinematic inspiration and the raw, authentic emotions of these four individuals begin to blur into a seamless tapestry of human connection. The light-hearted banter and sunny dispositions eventually give way to moments of profound vulnerability, where the fear of loss and the weight of their responsibilities threaten to pull them apart. We see Jungkook standing in the shadows, watching Taehyung navigate the pressures of his own brilliance, a flash of painful longing crossing his face as he realizes that some burdens must be carried alone, no matter how much he wishes to shoulder them himself. Yet, the emotional tension only serves to strengthen the invisible thread binding them together, culminating in those quiet, breathless moments where they lock eyes and the rest of the world simply fades into background noise, leaving only the truth of their shared history. In the parallel thread of this emotional tapestry, Yoongi and Jimin navigate their own silent storm, proving that the most enduring bonds are often forged in the fires of shared hardship and mutual respect. When the world demands too much of Jimin, when the lights are too bright and the expectations too heavy, it is Yoongi's steady, unyielding presence that brings him back to earth, offering a safe harbor where he can simply exist without judgment. The depth of their connection is felt in the small, almost imperceptible gestures, a hand resting gently on a shoulder, a shared look of exhaustion that transforms into a quiet smile of reassurance, or the way they naturally gravitate toward each other when the noise of the outside world becomes too deafening to bear. It is a beautiful, grounded counter-narrative that reminds us that every grand romance needs a foundation of quiet, unbreakable loyalty to survive the elements. Ultimately, this chapter of their collective story is a celebration of the different forms love and friendship can take when original spirits are allowed to intertwine across cultures and creative expressions. It captures the essence of a vibrant, dramatic Indian romance, full of color, passion, and emotional high stakes, while remaining deeply rooted in the authentic, unmistakable reality of Taekook and yoonmin's enduring brotherhood. As the final notes of their shared melody linger in the air, there is a profound sense of gratitude for the way they continue to protect, inspire, and elevate one another through every season of life. They leave us with the comforting realization that no matter how chaotic the journey becomes, as long as they have each other to lean on, the sun will always find a way to shine through the clouds, illuminating a path built on love, laughter, and an unbreakable bond that time can never fade.